How is the Miami camp, not internally on campus, but the fans and media, those sorts, following this Florida State connection to the Big Ten and what is being reported and talked about currently?
It's funny because I just saw somebody tweet a thing before I came on here talking about, I wish that Miami was as vocal about getting out of the ACC and everything as Florida State. Like we should be, taking the lead on this. Let me remind you, it was Dan Radakovich, the athletic director of the University of Miami, who was the first to bring this up to the collective of athletic directors and university presidents months before Florida State decided that they were going to, open their mouths and really start screaming about this. So like the thought that Miami is lacking behind because we're not screaming loudly, I think is faulty. Florida State is in a position because they're a public school to be a little bit more vocal about it. They do have one of the largest brands in sports also, and I'm not going to try to negate that. But they're choosing the brash approach to this, and I don't necessarily think that they're wrong. And I think it fits their overall ethos maybe a little bit better to go about things the way that they are going about things. But yeah, Miami's AD was the first one to bring it up as soon as he came over from Clemson and things like that. So like the thought that we're going to be left behind or that we have not endeavored to look at the same scenario is foolish because we brought it up first. So you have that, but it will be interesting. I don't necessarily think that, and I saw the comments, somebody say, hey, follow FSU to the Big Ten or whatever. I don't think that we're going to end up in the same place. And I said this for a while. I think that if it was, without extenuating circumstances, which there might be, and the extenuating circumstance and the precipitating issue might be Florida State saying, we are going to push to get to whichever conference we want to get to, as opposed to letting the conferences select. My viewpoint on things, which can be, changed or, with additional information. But I said on here months ago, I think that Clemson and Florida State fit the ethos of the SEC better, and Miami fits the ethos of the Big Ten better. But if Florida State is pushing and saying, no, we want out, and and they're the ones calling and knocking on the door towards the Big Ten, maybe then, because I do think that Miami aligns better with that conference, then maybe we end up in the same spot. But I don't necessarily think that it is not a package deal between Miami and Florida State to wherever they go next. But yeah, I don't think that the ACC conference is long for either of those schools. And Clemson, having been built into the athletic program that they have right now, holistically, not just football, but led by football, of course. I think it will behoove them to seek shelter elsewhere because, the ACC, I don't think it's lasting much longer.
Tattoo Terry, yes, catching Mark and Cam live is a good thing. And for those of you who jump on board a little bit late, you know what you need to do is you just need to hang on tight. Of course, ride us out for the rest of the live stream. But when you get done, catch what you missed. It all gets recorded, uploaded, and posted to the channel so you can catch what you missed. With John here, am I reading this right correctly here? I rather Miami be in the Big 12. Is that the Big 12? Is that a typo? You don't want to be in the Big 12.
I
want to be in the Big 12
over
the Big 10?
I don't. No. I don't. I'm just trying to, read the statement and kind of like extrapolate the intent there. Depending on how many teams go to the Big 12, and if you get a couple other, Colorado just went over there, is going back, old home for them. If you get enough teams, and you're going to have enough. If you're going to have enough programs there, then you can have an automatic berth into the expanded college football playoff, and it would probably be easier sledding there than the Big Ten or the SEC. So, I could see that, but I don't know that that's where I would want to be if I were the University of Miami.